Good morning, everyone. Today we are solving another type of problems on uh, uh, in transportation on Google's approximation method. Here we need to consider whether the matrix is a balanced matrix or not. In this method, you need to identify the row difference as well as column difference. Here, if first we are start up with the row difference. First in first row, we need to identify the difference between the two least numbers. Here, in first row, 1 and 3 is the least number, and similarly, in second row, 2 and 5 is the two least numbers, and in third row, it is 2 and 3 is the least element. Here I need to consider I need to write the difference in first. Here 1 and the 3 are the two least. Here the difference between 1 and 3 is 2, and 2 and 5 is 3, and 2 and 3 is 1. This is row difference. Come to the column difference. Here in column number 1, 2 and 3 is the two least elements, and the difference is 1. And in the second column, 1 and 3 is the least elements, and the difference is 2. And in third column, 3 and 5 is the two least element, the difference is 2. And in fourth column, 2 and 4 are the two least elements, and the difference is 2. And then here I need to consider which is the largest number in the column or in the row wise. Here I need to consider which is the bigger element in differences. Either it may be column difference or it may be row difference. Here 3 is the maximum number, then I will make allocation and I will round up here. Here I need to go for allocation in the second row, that is supply is 400 and the demand is 350. Here I need to consider which is the minimum value. Here 350 is the minimum value. I will go and 250, 400 and 250 250 is the minimum value. Here I need to allocate 250, and demand will become 0 and supply is left with 150. Here first column will be completely eliminates because the demand will reaches its maximum destination. It means the demand become 0. Here the remaining elements, that second column, third column and fourth column is the remaining element. Here again we need to go for same procedure. The difference between two least numbers or two least elements in first row and second row and third row. Again in first row 1 and 4 are the two least elements, the difference is 3. And in second row 5 and 6 is the next least two elements, and the difference is 1. And in third row 3 and 2 is the next two least elements, and the difference is 1. Similarly we are moving towards the column differences. Anyhow, first column is already eliminated or demand is reached and put the dash, and second column, that 1 and 3 are the two least elements and the difference is 2. And then in third column 5 and 3 is the two least elements and difference is 2. And in fourth column 4 and 2 is the two least elements and the difference is 2. Again we will allocate here which is the maximum number. Here again 3 is the maximum number. I will allocate in the first row. Now we are allocating the, again here I need to consider which is the least element in the remaining numbers. Here 1 is the least elements, and then I will move and I will allocate the demand and supply. Here demand is 350 and supply is 300. I will allocate 300 because the number is less comparing with 350. here I will allocate 300, and row will become 0, or supplies become 0, and demands left with 50. Now I will eliminate that first row entirely because supplies become 0. Now the remaining elements 5, 6, 9, 3, 3, 2, these are the remaining elements. Again we will move with the same row difference as well as column difference. Here in the in the second row, first row it is anyhow it is become 0, put a dash, and then in second row 5 and 6 are the least numbers, and we are moving with difference is 1, and in second again 3, 2 is the two least elements and the difference is 1. Here dash 1, 1 is, and again we are moving column wise. 3 and 6 the difference is 3, 5 and 3 the difference is 2, and 9 minus 2 the difference is 7. Here by column difference 3 to 7 is are the answers. Here again considering the which is the largest number in the differences, either it may be column or it may be row. Here 7 is the maximum number, then I will allocate the 7 number. Now I need to consider which is the least element in the remaining element. Here in the fourth column, here 2 is the least element, and then I will allocate a demand as well as supply. Considering supply, here the demand is the least value, and I will allocate 200, and supply is 500, and subtracting 200, 300 is left, and that entire column become 0. Now with the same procedure we will go for another next by considering row difference 5 minus anyhow first row is become 0 and last row is also become 0, and only the difference 5 minus 1 is 6 minus 5 is 1, and 3 minus 3 is 0, put a dash, and then 6 minus this is what a difference in row, and come to the difference in column. 6 minus 3 is 3, and 5 minus 3 is 2. Here the next element is dash because it is already reached its destination. Here which is the maximum number, again 3 is the maximum element, then we are allocating the second column which is the minimum in the remaining elements. 3 is the minimum number, then I will allocate 50 whatever the left in demand. I will allocate that 50, and comparing with the 300, 50 is the minimum value, and allocating that 50, and after allocating 50, 250 will left in supply, and demand becomes 0, and entire column is become eliminating. Only the value left with 6, 5 and 3. Then I will allocate only 5 and 3 is left. Now here only two elements are left, that is 5 and 3, and here it is not necessary to go for row difference as well as column difference because there is no any other number left in the row wise as well as column wise. Here by considering which is the least value among comparing with 5 and 3, that is 3, and we are allocating whatever the demand and supply left in the elements. Here 250 and comparing with 400, 250 is the least value, and we are allocating the number 250 here in the third. Here after allocating 250, only 150 is left in the demand, and that 150 demand is allocating for the element only left in the that matrix, that is 5, and we are reaching the 0 destination, that is demand and supply is become 0 because we are reaching the destination. After considering all the allocations, after considering the all the allocations, by considering 300 into 1 plus 250 into 2 plus 150 into 5 and plus 50 into 3 plus 250 into 3 plus 200 into 2, we are getting 2850. Here we consider we solve the same problem for three format. One is northwest corner, for second one is by least cell method, and third one is VAM method. Here by considering three method, the VAM method is the give the best solution. Here we are usually following, or we are usually preferring VAM method for the best solution. Thank you.